What's the most brutal thing a parent did during a custody hearing? I work as a court clerk, and I've seen some brutal custody fights. Parents using kids as weapons, lying about each other, spending fortunes on lawyers just to hurt their ex. But last month I witnessed something that still keeps me up at night. This couple, Sarah and Mike, were divorcing after 15 years. They had twin 8-year-olds, Luna and Jake. The hearing started like all the others. Lawyers arguing, accusations flying, both parents claiming the other was unfit. Then the judge asked to speak with the children privately. Luna and Jake came in holding hands, looking terrified. The judge, who's usually pretty stern, softened his voice. "Kids, I know this is scary. Can you tell me what you want?" Luna, the braver twin, spoke up. "We want to stay together. And we want Mom and Dad to stop being mad." Jake nodded and whispered, "We don't care where we live. We just want everyone to be happy again." The judge asked, "If you had to choose one parent to live with, who would it be?" Both kids started crying. Luna said, "That's not fair. We love them both the same." Here's where it gets heartbreaking. The judge called the parents back in and repeated what the kids said. Sarah immediately started sobbing. Mike put his head in his hands. For a moment, it looked like they might work something out. Sarah looked at Mike with tears in her eyes and said, "Maybe we can figure out joint custody? For their sake?" Mike nodded hopefully. "I'd like that. These kids didn't ask for this divorce." But then Sarah's lawyer whispered something in her ear. Her expression completely changed. She straightened up and said coldly, "Actually, Your Honor, I've changed my mind. I want full custody. Mike travels too much for work and he's never been the primary caregiver." Mike's face went white. "Sarah, what are you doing? We just agreed." "I was being emotional, but I need to think about what's best for my children." Mike's lawyer jumped in with counter-arguments, but the damage was done. The hearing turned ugly fast. Sarah brought up every mistake Mike had ever made. The time he was late picking them up, the weekend he had to work during his custody time, even the fact that he didn't know Luna's teacher's name. Mike fought back, mentioning Sarah's drinking problem from 3 years ago that she'd gotten help for, her mother's interference, her tendency to badmouth him in front of the kids. Luna and Jake sat in the hallway, listening to their parents destroy each other through the courtroom doors. After 3 hours of brutal testimony, the judge made his decision. "Given the evidence presented, I'm awarding primary custody to the mother, with supervised visitation for the father every other weekend." Mike broke down completely. "Supervised? Your Honor, I've never hurt my children. I love them more than anything. The court has concerns about your work schedule and living situation. This decision is final." Sarah looked victorious for about 2 seconds until she saw her children's faces. Luna was staring at her like she didn't recognize her. "Mommy, why can't Daddy live with us anymore?" Jake ran to Mike, wrapping his arms around his legs. "Daddy, don't leave us." Mike knelt down, trying to hold it together. "I'm not leaving you, buddy. I'll see you every other weekend, okay? But that's not enough. I want to see you every day." Sarah tried to comfort them. "Kids, this is better. You'll have a stable home with Mommy." Luna looked at her with 8-year-old wisdom that cut like a knife. "You lied. You said you wanted us to be happy, but you made Daddy cry." 6 months later, I saw Mike in the courthouse again. He looked like he'd aged 10 years. He was filing a motion to increase his visitation time. His lawyer told me privately that the kids were struggling. Luna had started acting out at school, getting into fights. Jake had developed anxiety and was seeing a therapist. Mike had moved to a smaller apartment closer to their school, hoping to get more time with them. But Sarah fought every request for additional visitation. The worst part? The same woman who argued Mike was unstable because he traveled for work was now introducing a stranger into her children's daily lives after knowing him for 4 months. This justice system is fucked up.